Wayne's World. This is very, very, very random because I'm going live. I don't expect nobody to be on this live, but when you do come across this live, as you can see in the title, first time SOSUA experience went. And right now, I'm reporting live. We are in the DR, SOSUA that is. And it's dark now. Let me see. Let's see. We're here at the Beach House condo. It was raining, as you can see. It's wet. People still was at the beach. Yeah. But it's cool. Everything cool. But yeah, let's get to it. All right. So as you can see in the title, yeah, first time experiencing SOSUA. But first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to a couple of YouTubers. I don't know all the names, but back in July, back in like the 1st of July, I guess, I don't know, I think I came across a couple of videos. I don't know if it was Rowan the Traveler. Shout out to him first, or if it was Ice City. Shout out to Ice City. I don't know which one I saw first, but I know you know how YouTube is. You put it in the search, and then it sticks in your algorithm, and then it just starts just sending you all channels. And yeah, so beginning of July, I forgot who or which. And it's many other, and shout out to everybody in the traveling space. I'm not in the traveling space, you know, I'm just a part of the travel. You know, I don't call myself a YouTuber. I just don't have the time. I am a truck driver, so I travel enough within the states. So therefore, you know, me traveling out of the country or just any state, I go state to state anywhere, but as far as traveling out of the country, you know, it's possible for me to do that. But as far as me getting straight to it, my first experience in SOSUA, yeah, man. Oh man, where do I start? Where do I start? Like I say, let me start like this. If you've never been to out of the country, if you've never been to Dominican Republic, like they say, do your research. I've been out of the country before, which it was some years ago, to Belize, and I went with somebody. But going by yourself might be a little bit different. So I came to DR by myself, which I do a lot of things by myself. Sometimes, I mean, it's not best to. I mean, if you got people that's on the same page and everybody got their money and the time right, and they can go ahead and make that time where y'all can all be on board together, then yeah, by all means, yeah, go with somebody. But if you kind of like a free spirit, like, hey, you know, I'll figure it out, I'll go solo by myself, just make sure you do your research. But one thing I want to say is, yes, shout out to Rowan, shout out to Ice City. Yeah, I ran into Ice City. And like I say, everybody in the travel space, I don't know all their names. Like I said, I'm just only naming people that when I start doing my research, those are the people that popped up first. I started going down a rabbit hole about SOSUA and Ice City. He really kind of put everything in perspective about what you're going to experience when you out here in SOSUA. Certain things he didn't really speak on. Like one thing about when you do, I don't know if it's all countries, but when you do come to Dominican Republic, make sure you get your e-ticket. See, Ice didn't mention that. I believe another, I think Talking Teddy Talks, I think he had mentioned that. So I did pick up that from him, which Ice didn't. Ice kind of pretty much explain once you get there what's gonna go on. But make sure that's the first thing. You don't want to go somewhere and you don't want to know what's going on, even though it only take maybe like 10 minutes. E-ticket costs where I'm at, Texas or whatever, costs like $68. And that's going to Dominican Republic. And also you have to do an e-ticket leaving. So, you can do that last minute. Like I said, it only take 20 minutes. Like I say, $68. It might be more, it might be less, wherever you from. I don't know. So I did do that. And one thing I can say, when I first touched down, I was on a plane actually sitting next to a person. I don't think Mike has a YouTube, but I know he being traveling spaces on other people's platforms, just as like a follower, supporter, whatever you want to call it. And I'm sitting next to him or whatever, and I'm on a plane. I'm in Texas. We have to go to Miami, and then Miami to Dominican Republic. So from Texas, I think it took about 2 hours, 45 minutes. And from Miami, it took maybe about 2 hours. I'm not sure. So it could be different wherever you're from. But yeah, I'm sitting next to a guy. And he's kind of like stocky. And he taking up both armrests, American airline. I mean, it's, yeah, them seats be tight. So I'm sitting next to a guy who's, more kind of like, yeah, he a bigger dude. With a healthy or whatever. So he's taking up the elbow room or whatever the case may be. And at that, I guess he didn't passed out. I guess he was tired from whatever he was doing. And he's sleeping or whatever. But, when he finally woke up or whatever, yeah, he seemed to be a cool dude. We got out when we touched down. Well, actually, yeah, we both got on a flight. No, I think it was from Miami to SOSUA. He ended up being a cool dude. He was like, hey, I got a rental or whatever, I'm by myself. You can, what I'm saying? I can take you wherever you are. Like, all right, cool or whatever. So, landing in SOSUA, Dominican Republic, it's a small airport. If you know, small airport or whatever. But see me, when you don't really know, like, what's going on, where to go, what to expect, it seems bigger than pause. It seems bigger than what, I'm saying, it might be. But once you do it over and over again, you tend to realize that, all right, it's just like this. The technology is not like in the States. It's not like in the States, but they do scan your bags. So I've heard, and not to even snitch, I've heard of people, bringing what they bring. You know what I'm saying? They bring what they bring, and yeah, the people, the security at SOSUA. If it's not out in the open, or at least, well, if it's not out in the open, you good. You in SOSUA or whatever. But the people are nice. They scan your bag, make sure everything cool or whatever, and then you pretty much. I came in at Puerto Plata. I know a lot of people go to Santo Domingo, which I think the price difference maybe, I know it varies. I think it's cheaper to go to Santo Domingo, but then again, you paying however much from Santo Domingo to SOSUA, which I think is maybe like, I don't know, maybe like $100. I don't know if it's US or not. But I feel like, well, I might as well just land in Puerto Plata because, I'll pay as far as US, I'll pay the extra, you know what I'm saying, $200 so I can be close, which is maybe about 10 minutes away. So yeah, linked up with him, talked to him. He seemed cool. He kind of just letting me know a couple of things. He mentioned Ice City or whatever. And cool dude. He's kind of giving me the game. And I'm asking him questions of things that I've heard as far as like the lingo, terminology or whatever. And he's kind of breaking that down to me. So I'm like, okay, all right. Because, I did my research. I did my research for the most part. So therefore, we get the rental, we wait it, and the drive in. I might end up posting some videos on my YouTube. Of us driving in, because I did bring my Pocket 3 or whatever. But as if you don't know, SOSUA, at least SOSUA, they really not fond of the camera. So I mean, it's not that you can't record, but you gotta kind of be low key, but make sure you kind of moving in emotion. I mean, yeah, you might be recording, and what they call the ladies, chica, mingos, or whatever. They might walk in your video. I got flicked off when I was at Flip Flop. Shout out to Flip Flop. I did end up meeting Flip Flop because this is the Halloween weekend for them. So yeah, I did get flicked off. Sitting at Flip Flop at the bar where you can kind of see like the street, because the street that goes down Flip Flop bar, it goes to the beach. So you got people constantly walking up and down. So it's kind of like a dead end, because it's going to the beach, and it's like where you can park down there and then the way out. But I was at Flip Flop sitting outside, and young lady, I guess girls, they walked in the video, and next thing you know, they walk. She's looking back, staring. I'm looking like, what the hell, because I only recorded for maybe like a few minutes. And she eventually came to Flip Flop. Her and her friend walked in, and they eventually came back out maybe a couple of minutes later, and she got to talking in Spanish. And I'm just like, huh? So the guy who greets you in at Flip Flop, he got to laughing. He was just like, yeah, bro. He said there's something about you. She saw you record. And I'm just like, record? I wasn't really recording her. She basically walked in a video. So, like I say, when it comes to the recording, now I heard Santo Domingo from at least Rowan and Traveler, it's more acceptable to record in Santo Domingo. Maybe Puerto Plata too, but SOSUA, which we know is kind of like the business, the busy, the money-making city part of Dominican Republic. The chicas, I guess, doing what they do, a little bit of paranoid, because yeah, they do be running. So when you do see videos or whatever, and it's a lot of videos, you see them running, that means the police or whatever. They see the police, they get the running or whatever. So they are a little bit paranoid, when cameras or whatever, because I guess YouTube is making them famous. Maybe for the wrong reasons, maybe for the right reasons, but they don't like it. So I wasn't really able to record like that without having a big issue, just out of respect. But as far as, getting off, we hopped in a rental, and it's different. It's different. I mean, it's a third world country. But one thing that I can say when it comes to perspective, or should I say experience, having experience should have an impact on your perspective, right? It should, maybe not all, but it should. But one thing I definitely can say, just being around American guys, it's a lot of American guys that been there a lot of times. Man, it's they have a lot of regulars. They have a lot of regulars. Even when it comes to the people in SOSUA. SOSUA is as far as that part, is not that big. So you go around the popular area, the part where all the business is at. Yeah, you will be a known face. So a lot of these guys that's been there multiple times, they are considered regulars. All the chicas, all the people that's in the store have businesses know them. But it ain't nothing but love. A lot of guys, for the most part, they show love because you kind of really know what it is, without me getting into too many details. But if you know, you know. So the single guys, I can't speak on the married guys, but the single guys, when they going, you know what it is, But yeah, going to the city, with my guy that I just met on the plane. He riding around the rental, and he's just basically showing me, just it's nothing but a big circle. What that was? It's nothing but a big circle in SOSUA. But yeah, the mangoes. It's a lot of beautiful people. The mangoes, the chicas, man. Boy, boy, boy. If I were to tell you, maybe on another video, but if I were to tell you what just left, sheesh. If I were to tell you what just left, mm-mm-mm. But anyway, he drove me around, just let me know, hey, it ain't nothing but a big circle. You see all the girls, you see everybody out having a good time. Alcohol, you walk with your beer, you know, you don't even need to get card for anything. You know how in the States, hey, you gotta check your license. They don't do none of that. They don't do anything goes, yo. They don't do none of that. So I'm seeing it, but I haven't put feet to the ground yet. So, I'm with the guy Mike, whatever, we in a rental, and we just kind of just riding. I'm recording. I eventually, got to my Airbnb to get myself situated or whatever. But when I tell you, man, when you walking, and everybody walking, you got to think. I mean, motorbikes, just like it's no need for me to even talk about what you all can just go on and search and see, but it's a real thing. It's like motorbikes loud. The girls, they just out waiting anything. I'm talking about even older people, whites, chilling. Maybe some of these people retired. Some maybe they live there, maybe they don't, but they chilling. It just surprised me that a lot of white people was just chilling. It was just it's not. I'm not surprised that they were there. I'm surprised with that they was just. It was like it's something that they probably experienced before. They just chilling out, drinking beer, and just watching all the entertainment goes on. And as far as the other people, other guys, hey, they you see them with the phone. Google Translate, you know what it is. If you know, Google Translate. And yeah, you just, hey, you business transaction. Simple as that. And it's like that. But I say that to say this, and I ain't gonna even be long. The thing about what I'm hearing, you got a lot of men who aren't really happy about the process of getting with a woman in the States. You have a lot of men that's starting to get a little bit jaded, a little bit just kind of like of I guess the expectations or the qualifications that women in the States want in order to win them or win them for love. Maybe, I guess, rather this short term as well. And a lot of guys, they just like, a bunch of waste of time. I can't speak from that perspective, but I can understand from that perspective. But you got a lot of guys that just fed up. They don't want to, and I don't know, but I'm just kind of from the information that I gathered. A lot of men, I guess, in the States, certain men, not all, certain men, they just not trying to talk, hey, what you doing? And, hey, let's go out to eat. And then, a lot of these women playing games, knowing that they don't have intentions on seeing them again. Yeah, to me, that's not right. It goes both ways, men too. Everybody's wasting their time. But one thing that I can say, for the men who are, seeking women in the States, it's best to be straight up. One thing about going to Dominican Republic, going to SOSUA, of all the options of beautiful women, Haitian, Cuban, Dominican, you're talking about beautiful women of all ages, right? You want them to be legal. I don't think most of y'all gonna be like, let me see your ID, but you definitely want them legal. 21. But when it's all about business and it's straight to it, you got some girls that's fun. You got some girls who more, just like low key. It just makes the process better of what you want and what they want. Now, by all means, if you don't know, the American dollar is a little bit more, is worth a little bit more there. So you can kind of get, what you want for your money. But when you can deal with different or have different experience with young women, light women, dark women, just different, it's just like, and it's just straight to it. When you come back to the States, I promise you, for those men, maybe women too, but I promise you, you're going to look at women different in the States. You're going to look at them like, you don't even work out. You fat. You got 5 kids. Why would I waste my time just to find out that you're not worth it? Vice versa. When I can take a trip, land, see different, I can pick you like in a candy store. You come here. And they come up to you. And if it's just fun, it's fun. Now, as they say, you don't want to find love in SOSUA. Maybe in Santo Domingo you can find, but one thing that I did learn of me being, on the SOSUA streets, a lot of females from Puerto Plata, Santiago, Santo Domingo, they all come to SOSUA to make money. So, you just got to watch out. You got to pick wisely. But it's definitely straight to the point. When I say straight to the point, I don't care if you short, I don't care if you're tall, I don't care how insecure you are. We all are insecure. We all are insecure. But when I say none of that don't matter, your name brand clothes, jewelry, none of that matter. All you have to be is a human being. A human being. And if you know what I mean by when I say, and if you pay your bill, that's it. Maybe just for an hour. Maybe just for 5 hours. Maybe for a night. Hey, maybe for 3 nighs. It all can be organized. And by them having their tradition of how they are more, they're more submissive. Now, you got the young ones that, but when you're young, of course, and one thing that I can say is when I did go to the club to play a casino, I went yesterday, they played a lot of American music. So yes, American had a lot of impact on all places as far as, how these places think. So therefore, if they're not compliant as far as how they're brought up, where they're from, I guess in Dominican Republic, that's because they're on the internet. They're on the internet. They seeing a lot of things in the States going down, and they pick that up. They get programmed, and they feel like they can kind of project that to the person that's in front of them. But that's not all. I'm just saying, you're going to meet those ones too. But for the most part, they grew up a lot of different. They grew up very different. So therefore, you can just get straight to it, like straight to it. And I'm only kind of talking for the guys. I'm talking, for the guys. Anybody who see this video as a man, this live as a man, it don't matter. It don't matter how you look. Let's take that out. Do your research. Know how many days you're going to stay. Do you find out where you're going to stay? Learn the pesos. Learn the pesos. And just budget out everything. Even if you went, and Google, how much for food, fish, you can Google all that, or go to your map, and your map it'll pop up, and it'll give you like, it'll give you like a description. Like if you wanted to hit direction and go to that place, they got it to where you can go in the menu. You can go on you can kind of search of the prices inside the store on Google Maps. You can do that. That's an option. And you can kind of budget everything. I mean, like I say, everything is cheap if you go out to, a lot of people eat out. That's cool too, but I'm just saying, all you have to do is just have that all in line. And when it comes to you having money to have fun with the chicas and mangoes, just know that, I don't know, maybe it's certain holidays, I don't know. But as far as my experience, like I say, Ice kind of broke it down. A lot of the mangoes and chicas, they do like 4,000 pesos. I know a lot of people, and I'm not getting into how much, the limit. Yeah, have a cap on it. But the reason why I'm saying this is 4,000 pesos is, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have my thing, but 4,000 pesos is not a lot. It's not a lot. It probably every bit of maybe like $40-$50. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe like $50. I don't know. But a lot of girls be like, and that's just for probably 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? 1 hour. Now, different girls probably charge different price. Okay, it is the holiday weekend. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, they know tourists is coming in, so they might go up a little bit, and they might lower their time. But as far as you having them for an hour, and as long as you send the text or whatever through the WhatsApp, and you tell them exactly what you want, it don't matter if you tell them, hey, I want you to stay 24 hours. I want you to cook whatever this, that. Now, yeah, it does depend on which one you get. And as long as you communicate that, then you're going to get that. That's the thing. Now, you just got to ask yourself, would you rather, when it comes to you going to a restaurant, you paying for them to make your food, right? You paying for service, right? So it's no different if you go to DR. You tell them what you want, you get a price, and then you get that service. But you never want to go somewhere and get a service to find out that, oh, we don't have this on menu. Oh, we don't have this. So it's like, what did I even come for? I wanted to get a burger and fries with cheese. Now you're telling me you don't have cheese, you don't have the fries, you don't have ketchup. What am I even here for? So you paying for service. So you just got to kind of look at it like that, to kind of get an understanding of whatever you want, you ask for it and you pay for it. Have a wonderful time. Go back to the States, enjoy your single life, or enjoy your life with whoever your loved one is. And it's just like that. I'm sure a lot of men are doing that. I'm sure it's a lot of men doing that. You know what I'm saying? Just as well as women. Women, hey, girls trips, I heard, I don't know. Sometimes girls trips can get a little, you got that one homegirl that come across, possible. But as far as, without having to deal with the arguing and the back and forth or whatever, if you're dealing with a woman in the States that's not compliant, that's not submissive, I heard that a lot, then hey, I don't know, but I know there's no love in SOSUA now. There's no love in SOSUA. Good women. I've sat down, I heard a couple of stories from some of the women that I've saw. Same thing, got cheated on, and got a kid. Bodies look good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of them getting the body done, but I ain't gonna lie, the body be looking good. Even though they get the body done, they do a good job. I see why a lot of women come to the States to get their body done. I mean, I see why a lot of women come to the DR to get their body done, depending on who they go to, because they do a good job. I've came across, but you couldn't really tell because they did a good job. But as far as, having to deal with a woman, maybe in the States that's giving you problems, that's a headache or whatever the case may be, I don't know. Each his own, I never tell nobody to stay single or whatever. But you just got to figure out, a balance of how you can kind of do what you want to do, but then again, get the service that you want. But just make sure you have standards. But I mean, this is my last night here. I ain't gonna even hold. It's already 30 minutes too long. All I can say is, yeah, it's been, yeah, they just outside walking around. Like, you come here, come here, come here, come here, like it's just like that. It's just, I don't care what color you are, I don't care how tall you are. It's just like that. You, what's up? What's up? Oh, they text you. They already sending the pictures, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. They sending those type of pictures to kind of get you to entice you to, and you can look in your phone and your WhatsApp, and you probably maybe got about 7, 8 numbers within a couple of hours, because it's just like that. But I just kind of just think that just depends on a person. You do have a lot of men that's looking for love. You know, I can't speak on, you finding someone in another country. I personally don't really do the long distance like that, or at least not even in another country. I don't do that. But long distance is hey, it's each his own, each his own, each his own. I mean, anything is possible. I'm not doubting it. But I'm just saying, for those guys who, as they say, fall in love with certain women that's in another country, I don't know. You just, that's just a risk you have to take. But you definitely have a lot of options, that you can choose from, So I just, all I can say is, like I say, get you a passport. Definitely get you a passport before you get married. Before you get engaged, whatever. Just get it all out your system. I'm not saying don't let that stop you. I'm just saying, don't never let that stop you from, getting with the person who is meant for you. Don't do that. But if you single, most definitely, to the single fellas out there, man, it is a place to go. Um, Ice City also mentioned Thailand. I plan to go there. I don't know when, but I definitely plan to go to Thailand. And I guess these are places that Ice City that he mentioned about, um, where they like black guys. You know what I'm saying? That's another place that he mentioned. I'm sure that different women like black guys or whatever, everywhere. But as far as Thailand is definitely the next place to go. When you want that polite service. I heard Ice City all the time. Shout out to Ice 510. Heard him all the time talking about the women in Thailand are more pleasant. They're more submissive. Just as well in SOSUA. They massage your feet. Pay them a little bit. They massage your feet, your back. They ask for all that. Who knows? They might get a happy ending. I don't know. But that everything is negotiable in SOSUA. Everything. Everything. Don't never settle for a price. I have females that tell me one price because, I've had a bad experience as well. I'll say that for another live, or I'll say that for another video. I definitely had a bad experience. I even, my guy who I was next to on the plane, uh, who I rode in a rental car with from the States, Mike, he said his first time, I think he'd been like 3, 4 times. He said his first time was he had a bad experience with females, trying to kind of get over or whatever. I've had one too. She called herself, I guess, lack of a better word, extorting me, threatening to call the police, when it's kind of one of those things where I end up getting a tender maybe a couple of weeks before, and I met a few just to kind of get a vibe of where they head at or whatever. And then I met one that was kind of talking like, oh, what are you looking for? And You looking for something serious or something fun. So I guess she was trying to see where I was at, but then again, she's trying to come off as if she, you know, would want something serious. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, come on now, I'm not new to this. I'm like, baby girl, I'm from the States. Like, why are you even asking me this? You know that I'm here and you know what to expect if I'm coming there. So why are you even asking me something that just don't matter? Like, why are you asking me, oh, what you looking for? You looking for something serious? Oh, because I want this and this and this, and tell me all your wants. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll see. But come to find out, that all led to her being with me one night and being with me a second night, well, a night and a half, to where she was like, oh, why charge this? And I'm like, huh? Oh, well, I stayed with you for 2 nights. I'm like, well, I never told you to stay. I never told you to stay. You stayed because you wanted to stay. But who's to say that was part of her plan to stay around me and then hit me with a price and say, oh, this is what I charge? And I'm like, no, you should have told me, give me the choice first. Because first of all, it wasn't, if you know what I'm saying, it wasn't on rent. One on rent, one on rent. I don't even know why the second night, to be honest. But I have to kind of let her know, because I'm like, she's asking me for money, and and we went out to eat, or whatever, which is no problem. All right, cool. You with me? Because I don't know what she's on. I don't know what she's on. She's talking like she want to get to know me or whatever, which is, there's scams. There's scams to it. But then again, keep it real with me. Tell me, don't have me thinking that you're trying to figure me out to see what I want when you know that I come here for only a few days and then I'm gone. Like just be straight up. If you want to have fun, and then go, but don't act like you're not that. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, you're more likely as that, because it eventually came out. So yeah, I had a little kind of back and forth about that, and I gave her what I gave her. That's it. I gave you what I gave you. She was threatening to call the police. And I'm from Texas or whatever. But she was threatening to call the police because I had rented a golf cart. And this is the day that she was gonna leave. She stayed with me Thursday night, and then I think she stayed with me kind of like all day Friday, and that's when I was gonna take her home when I rented the cart. And she was asking for the money. Oh, well, give me money before we go. Don't give me money outside. A lot of women, they don't like. That's one thing I learned too. Women, they don't like when you give them money outside in public. They don't like that. No matter if you they don't like that. You make the transaction inside the house or whatever. But she wouldn't even leave my Airbnb. She wouldn't even leave, because I'm like, come on, I was gonna get the cart, because she's not even really being direct with what she's saying. She's not being direct. So, she like, no, I'm not leaving, because I stay with you and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I already told you what I was going to do. I told you we going to go there, and then so I go get this cart. We'll figure that out, as we go. No. You owe me, she's trying to get like almost like $200 American dollars. Now in pesos, I think that's like 12,000 pesos or whatever. So it's 2,000 US. And it's like 12,000 pesos. So she's trying to get like 11,000 pesos. So I don't know, maybe that's a little bit less than 200. So she was trying to do that so she wouldn't leave. And I'm like, woman, come on. Like, I already told you, before she even brought up the price, I already told her that what the plan was. Hey, go here, and then I got to go get this cart, whatever the case, and I'll just take you back. But now she's being difficult. Now she's trying to extort me and say, oh, well, and I'm like, you never said anything about a price. And I should have known, which I heard it from ICE and a couple of other people in the traveling space, that they did say, make sure you send Texas and you get the price first. But see, like I say, I met her online on the Tinder thing or whatever, because I just jumped on like maybe 2 weeks before, just to kind of just see how the women, how they interact. So, like I say, she's coming off one way. She's acting like she's trying to get to know me, basically. She didn't come off and say, "Oh no, when you come, oh let's have fun." Or blah, blah, blah. No, she's trying to have conversations and stuff like that through text. All right, cool, whatever the case, you know. But I'm not worried about that because this is my first time, so I'm just trying to come here for an experience. I'm not trying to come here for all the questions that you're trying to find out. But anyway, finally got. She took what I gave, even though she's threatening to call the police. You got to call the police, whatever. It don't matter. Do what you do, you know. So I finally, had got that taken care of. But yeah, I had to learn after that. After that, it was kind of like, this is what some people stay overnight. The price may vary. Hey, I only need an hour, maybe two. After one time, maybe two times, maybe after the first time, I might not. Hey, I'm good. I'm ready to chill, eat whatever, and then rejuvenate myself, and then we can, get back in the field type. But other than that, man, it's been an experience. DR don't owe me anything. I definitely enjoyed the DR. The fact that I finally got a chance to meet Ice City, people in the traveling space or whatever. And yeah, a lot of cool Americans there, man. Good people. It's some good people out there though. It's you got good and bad everywhere, but it's definitely some good people. At least the Americans out there, they look out for you, whatever. The kids, yeah, they do beg. Hey, it's gonna be a lot of give me, like it's gonna be a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? They gonna try to offer you food. They gonna try to, they know when you're new. They know when you're from the States. And it don't make it no better if you kind of look like you have a little something or whatever, even though it doesn't really matter to them, but it matters because you look like money. But other than that, man, I enjoyed my Airbnb, and like I say, man, I had a good time. But other than that, I'm gonna wrap it up because I've been yapping for the last 40 something minutes. But I'm just only putting that out there as far as what to expect, and just speaking on perspective when it comes to traveling. This is my first time in SOSUA, live in the SU. We are in the DR. This is my last night. It's still early over here, so about to see what I'm gonna get into. Supposed to have like a little villa party, something like that. Who knows? But other than that, man, I'm out of here. I am Wayne's World. I will be probably dropping more videos often. This is just a live, just to kind of, since I'm still in that mind state while I'm still here in the DR, to kind of just share my experience of, maybe somebody can kind of, without me giving all the details and stuff like that, maybe somebody can kind of take this information in and just kind of know what to expect, if they do decide to make a move to the Dominican Republic or maybe anywhere. Other than that, I'm Wayne's World. I'm about to end this live. Until we meet again, we are out. Wayne.